everybody, and welcome to our Sitecore driven house, where we ask ourselves, one size fits all.
Is there such thing as one platform to manage all corporate and commercial branded websites as well as the intranet? Well, we tried it.
And the speakers you will be listening to is Mia Högqvist. I am based in Finland. I have been working with digitalization projects for some years, and I have a background in digital marketing.
And hey, I'm Steph Delvoye out of Belgium. Pretty experienced in Sitecore over 12 years since 2008, and implemented Sitecore websites from really all over the world, from Chile to China, from Canada to New Zealand.
Okay, so we will take you through our digital journey and cover some sidetracks affecting it, and we hope to inspire you if you are in a similar situation as we are. So 2018 was a really important year for us. This was the start and kickoff of our digital journey. And first, some words about Purmo Group. So who are we? We are a Finnish family-owned company based in Helsinki. We are a leader in sustainable indoor climate comfort, and we have a core business within radiators, underfloor heating and controls, but we also cover other heating and cooling and ventilation solutions. Mainly based in Europe, but we are present also in other countries. So as I said, 2018 was really important to us. That was the year when our CEO decided to put digitalization on the agenda among top 4 core strategic areas. Before that, marketing had tried to do some digitalization of the company, but it was the CEO decision that made a difference. And back then, we had a digital presence that was really scattered among the countries. So we had a number of independent strategies, independent websites, independent databases. Product data was stored in different systems, and it was different country per country. Also internally, we had a feeling that we belonged to several companies, not the biggest and the strongest in the industry. So we knew digitalization will be a huge step, and we started to work on some basic areas where we knew that these were the ones that we need in order to go further. So product information management, building information modeling, and our website project. So the first track was to find an agency and a platform. We did a deep analysis. We looked into our status, what is our vision, how to get there, and we made a strong RFQ process. And the winners of that process was Sitecore as a platform, and also Petra Agency in Sweden to be our implementation partner. Also Omega Point from Malmö in Sweden is really important for the product information integration into Sitecore. So we scoped the project. We wanted one corporate page for our company, Purmo Group, but we also had a lot of commercial brands, and we needed new websites and platforms for those, and we lacked an intranet. And we set some clear targets, long-term to reach more brand awareness, new customers, new sales, enhance the customer experience. But we also saw some immediate needs to really look into our processes, to make our life more efficient, to reuse the material between countries, to get a consistency among the brands, to do less printing, be more sustainable, and so on. And of course, the internal comms was really important for us because we didn't have a platform for that before. So early 2019, we had a lot of challenges. I mentioned already some of them, but I really want to stress them out once more because it's amazing how much you can reach in a short time. So back then we had manual input of all the product data we stored in Excel files, for example, catalogs. Catalogs was our Bible, so really important for us. And we took that into the websites manually, country by country. We didn't cooperate between teams and markets. We didn't align among the brands, so there were inconsistency between how we interpreted the brands. We didn't really measure what we were doing, and we didn't set any KPIs for the online presence. We also didn't follow up the leads that were coming in through our websites, and we have very little integration with systems such as CRM or product information. And of course, no global translation process. Everything was created locally. And that was done in 50 countries and in more than 50 websites. So therefore, we were really glad to get Steph on board to make some changes.
Yes, so thank you, Mia. That was the moment that I joined, and the first thing we included two side tracks here because I think it's important to have the bigger image of what was happening within our group. So the company already started with a huge, massive rebranding project. So the corporate team, led by corporate communication, created the Purmo Group approach. So we were formerly known as Ratic, but then we made a Purmo Group approach. But within the Purmo Group, we are fortunate to have many brands. The thing is, with so many brands, it becomes very difficult to manage. And then we decided, okay, for our customer to make it clearer what we stand for, how we do it in the different countries, let's go for a massive rebranding project, all bringing them under the same umbrella with the same strong drivers and brand pillars. We created master brands, and then from these master brands, we also will deploy them online. At the end of the day, your website is your business card. It's the first thing that customers see out there searching for solutions. So we reclassified everything. Instead of a complete chaos, we started to with the first step, one unified brand with very strong pillars and asset ambitions. So we ended up with a very clear branded house. Our vision is to be the leader in sustainable indoor climate comfort solutions, and the promise we're gonna deliver is comfort delivered. You will see that comes in the typical Markham world, with a lot of brochures, movies, all kind of Markham collateral. But at the end of the day, also that very important project, the website. So, but a website is more than just a website, and we'll come on that later. So I was, as Mia pointed out, I was brought on board in the beginning of this year, and found a fantastic company, with the first steps taken in the big rebranding project, and a massive investment that had been done in the last year already for the digital track. So, but what do you need when you do these kind of projects? You need a global marketing team. You need a team with very clearly defined roles and responsibilities to ensure that all your touch points within the customer journey are aligned with each other. So I know that is textbook marketing, that everything has to be connected. We all know in big companies, there is no such thing. At least we will try to do that. And we found many marketing teams in every country. You had a marketing team with the similar responsibilities, but mainly the Marcom responsibilities, so the promotional aspect of marketing. And then they all outsourced a lot of these tasks to agencies. It was actually pretty difficult to then go into a rebranding project on one side, but then also on a digital project on the other side. So we are trying to build right now a global marketing team with clear responsibilities, and then also a clear connection with the local marketing teams together as PG Marketing. And then once we're doing that, we also said, wow, a lot of work has been done in this area, but there is no bigger plan. There is we are all running, but there is like no finish line. Do we ever have a finish line? But we were invited to the leadership team, and as I think if it was not for COVID, still many companies would not have the website on the first priority. This company had it already, but there was a maybe a smaller misunderstanding about what a website was. And I learned in my past, and I picked a quote, I changed it a bit from a former web agency, but it is not our website, it is our business. And that's a quote that is used today many times to show the importance of a web project. A web project, as said, it's one thing, it's part of a bigger image, a digital strategy. So we had many cards on the table. We also knew what we didn't do, but we started to really figure out with our digital team and the colleagues what we had to do. So first of all, what is the customer journey mapping? What do we actually try to solve with the website? What kind of answers do we want to give to people searching for solutions in indoor climate comfort? Um, at the end of the day, you do everything for the customer. The customer is king and should be at the heart of your organization. But in every step of the marketing process, your customer should also have that important role. So you start to segment, you create personas, and you try to figure out what they all can do with you online. As we have seen the last years, most of the people come in contact with your company and your solutions long before they ever talk to you. So they research you online. You have to be there in the first moment, or the zero moment of truth, that moment that they search for you and that they find you. They put you in the initial consideration set before they then hopefully become a customer. To serve them in the best possible way, to inform them in the best possible way, to enable them to make the right decision, we need much more than a website alone. So, as said, the groundwork that this team has been doing was phenomenal. So, I dreamed for many years of having a single source of truth about the products. Well, this company had a PIM in place. It's still developing, and there's still a long way to go. We'll come back later on the bumps and gaps that this kind of project takes. But we have the foundation for a good website, the PIM. Then secondly, you have the website, of course. So first, start with using all the content management features of that website before you then really evolve to a mature customer experience platform. It's like a bit the history of Sitecore. Back in the days when I started working with Sitecore, we selected the CMS. Now we're on a customer experience platform. But behind the website, there is a house that is secured, where you want to offer all kind of personalized services to your customer. I think we have many good examples in the world on how that works. There is a quite misunderstanding. There is no such thing as free anymore. So all kind of calculation tools, added services, the least you can ask for a customer to serve them better is their credentials to log in, so you ensure that you really can tailor make your information to that customers. Then out of that, you gather a huge amount of data, intelligence. Intelligence allows you to better understand what your customers are searching for, and then fine tune the information and products and solutions offering to that customer. Where do you store that data? You plug in a CRM. In the ideal world, you connect it to the ERP. I know that all sounds easy, but it's a nightmare for many of us marketeers to get this going. But at least it should be always in the plan. Once you did all that, you can automate. You can better understand what is happening. You can rely on the tools in Sitecore and in other platforms if you all connect them well. Not develop. I firmly believe that in today, use the features that are available in all these platforms and configure them instead of developing all things new. We're not in the early stages anymore. We should really start using the options that are provided within these tools. And then I'm not talking yet about all the nice new technologies as artificial intelligence or IoT. Um, that that brings us to this little image where you see our house, customer is king on top, and then everything should be connected. So this is a 5-year plan, an X plus 5. in the X+1, we already have the beating heart of Sitecore in the middle. We started to launch already a couple of websites, and then step by step, in 3 years from now, I think all the things that you see now on the slide should be connected with each other. And in 5 years, we should be able to have really a customer-centric web environment that is driving customer engagement.
Okay, thank you, Steph. So 1 year later, roughly, we have the same heart beating for all our tools, and it was created by Petra Agency and together with Omega Point. So only 3 months after we signed the contract with Sitecore and Petra, we were able to launch our first web page. It was in one language, fast track static content. It was the corporate purmogroup.com website. And in May, middle of the first wave of COVID, we were able to launch our intranet. It was really important to communicate with all our employees, and it came in 9 languages. And 1 month ago, we launched our full first website for the commercial brands, the brand Purmo in market Sweden. And this website is really a huge step forward with a full integration into the InRiver product information management software. So we take every product data consistently to the website. We also have a full integration with LanguageWire as a translation partner. And here you can see some pictures, first of the Purmo Group corporate page, and then one from the intranet, and also the last one, the mobile version of our Purmo.com commercial website. Yeah, so our digital foundation, it has started. We're not ready, far from ready, but it really made our life so much more efficient and easier and consistent. So we're really happy to be able to take the data from our PIM system and publish it on all our website in the future, regardless of market and brand.
So all nice projects have a lot of bumps and gaps. And well, one of the things that we definitely learned is the CISO principle. I don't know if you're familiar with it, but it's typical shit in, shit out. So there is a lot of data put into systems, and then suddenly people expect that the system turns it into good content. Well, it's not going to happen. So I think that is one of our clear learning principles, that if you attribute a couple of responsibilities to people, you have to be incredibly clear on what you expect from them, what the kind of content is. You cannot put a whole technical content piece in there and then think that it's going to be SEO optimized without human intervention. So you also battle with a lot of gut feelings. So you have to get your content from your sales, from your technical people in the market, and they all know what our customers want. But actually, it's not so difficult to go and ask your customers themselves what they want. So once you really know what your customer wants, you will be able to tailor the customer journey and the way you behave online much better to their needs. And hey, we have a single source of truth for products. It's clear who owns the system, who owns the content is not always that clear, and a lot of discussions. So a lot of work. Then for the future, the 360 of the CRM is incredibly important. So you want to create that CRM system and connect to ensure that all the data comes in. And then finally, once you do this kind of project, it's also important to work incredibly close with your colleagues from IT, because if in our case everything is managed on site and you have to go to the clouds, well, you better discuss that before you start your project. This is also a very good exercise to understand that most of the companies still think very much product out and not really customer in. That brings us to the end of the presentation, where, as said, our brand wants to has the ambition that comfort delivered should be in every aspect of what we do, and that is also the ambition for our online presence. So we want to have happy customers that find the information that they're searching for, offer them the tools to make the wise choice, offer them the choice, offer them also the tools to be very sustainable in their energy consumption for the heating and cooling. And at the end, also, this is not only externally but also very internally. You want your employees to be engaged and to be connected to the company, and online tools really can help with that. And last but not least, what is very important is you're not alone in this. Choosing the right system, the right platform. With Sitecore, I think we have chosen absolutely the right platform, but also the right partners. Because if you do not have the partners to implement it according to your needs, then you can have a lot of problems. And also there, clear communication and putting problems on the table is key. Um, we own a Ferrari at the moment. Uh, I think at that time we didn't own a driver's license. We have our driver's license now, but we have to get the car out of the first gear. So it's still a lot of work to do. Thank you.